that they can find a major winning score. Paddy Durkin, one would do, 1 point. He's got it. It's back to a 1-point game. Derry 12, Mayo 11. Thanks to Paddy Durkin.
I suppose it's ironic, Gerard, that a half-back would have to score for Mayo today. But look, I said it about 4 minutes ago. This game is anything but over. There's more than ample time for anybody to win or lose this. Derry are looking a wee bit tired, but look, they've been Herculean all day. Let's see if they can hold it together, or will Mayo come strong?
Nearly 10 minutes since Derry last scored. Of Mayo's 11 points, only 4 of them were scored from open play. Carlos McWilliams with a brilliant take, wonderful catch, a mark, and an opportunity for him to start the next Derry attack, which is into Danny Heverin. I wonder, is any team going to lose this in 70 minutes? Back as far as McWilliams again. McCaig turns well, moves away smartly. Still he goes. They're still trying to catch him. Shrugs aside the attentions there of Jason Doherty, kicks it in, and that ball's gone wide. But he carried it and he carried it.
From Chrissy McCaig there, you know, I think the whole of Derry and also we're probably willing that over. But it's a game changer. Here we go. Kickouts are so important now.
And the time is of the essence. 2 minutes to go. Shamey O'Shea and company facing elimination. Still they go forward. Diarmuid O'Connor, O'Shea again. Needs to provide the follower in there to the man who's won so many matches in the past. Here's another opportunity. What a goal! What a goal by Conor Loftus! Brilliant goal after 69 minutes. It's a superb goal. His second ever championship goal. He scored in the past, I think, against New York. He's done it here when it so vitally mattered, right at the death of this match, to put Mayo in front by 2 points with just about a minute of normal time remaining. He cracked a beauty. He will be a local hero tonight. Conor Loftus.
What a finish by Conor Loftus. That's exuberance of youth. No fear, no ties. I'm just going to whack it. And it's going to take some goal to beat Ben McInnes today. And there's the one. And that's probably going to get Mayo out of jail.
They've got it from the kick out again. Lee Keegan. Suddenly they will be a transformed team, I'm sure. Loftus again. This grandson of Mick Loftus from Crossmolina has kicked another one. 1-1 for Conor Loftus. His grandfather, former president of the GAA, and he is turning out to be the boy star here. Wonderful performance by the 22-year-old. He's got Mayo out of a deep hole.
Yeah, you have to ask the question, why was he not on for them? Oh.
This is Carlos McWilliams. Now they need to press forward. They're a goal behind. They've done so well, but so well isn't going to win them this match. This might, that could, and that might. Indeed it has. No, it's not. Is the referee going to allow it?
I have to ask the question, why not if it's not allowed? It's a goal.
It is a goal. It has been allowed.
Yep. We're all square here still.
1-12 to 1-12.
I think the quiet meant everybody thought it was disallowed, but no, we have a goal.
Mayo were celebrating. We'll have to look at that one again in just a moment. Tom Parsons beautifully in here for Doherty to try and get another lead point for Mayo, who thought they had done the business just a few seconds ago. Back as far as McLaughlin. And there's a bit of wrestling going on over there, which involves Emmett McGuckin and one of the Mayo players, Diarmuid O'Connor.
Well, what we're seeing, Ger, is an absolutely brilliant finish to what has been an entertaining match, but it hasn't really lit up the championship like last week maybe, and also, but this has been fantastic last 5 minutes. A brilliant goal by Conor Loftus, another brilliant ball in, and Mark Lynch has done what he's been doing for years for Derry, scores an equalising goal.
Well, let's see this ball going across again from Carlos McWilliams. Keep an eye out for the towering figure of Lynch. Got a touch, bang, back of the net.
Yeah, great goal by Mark Lynch and a brilliant ball in by Carlos McWilliams. Absolutely no doubt. I think the silence in Castlebar had us convinced it was this.
It's the captain, it's Killian O'Connor, it's off the post. What drama in Castlebar this afternoon, this evening. Back out to McWilliams, who had a giant part to play in the Derry goal, and now out comes Rodgers, Brendan Rodgers. So will it be Derry who might have the loss say here. James Keelt, back to Rodgers. Nobody in at full forward at the moment. They've got a full forward is out to the left-hand side. They have to hold. Keelt has a very good left leg if he can manage to get enough space in there to swing that boot.
And here's your chance.
Derry-based dentist. Kicking it with the left. It's going away, back down again. Goalkeeper should be able to grab it and take it out. And the next thing we'll be hearing, I'm sure, will be probably the referee's whistle. We've played the 5 minutes. Tom Parsons fouled. Referee says play on because Mayo had possession. Now they're going to have the free kick, which Barrett will take. Will there be one more chance for Mayo in normal time? Well, they're still carrying it downfield. They're still ready to have a go. It's Colin Boyle. Can he break Derry hearts once again, as he thought they had done a little while back? Carried on again by Aidan O'Shea. So often the hero. Back to his brother Shamey. Shamey has kicked the ball and kicked it wide. So now it surely is extra time.
I don't think anybody really deserves to lose at this stage, but it looks like extra time and more of this in trawling battle.
Well, that wasn't the smartest by Aidan O'Shea to go in and commit the foul that time, just as James Keelt was carrying it out. And the ball, has it been fouled? It's going to be a throw ball, I think. One more opportunity. Mayo still in the attack. It's James Keelt against Aidan O'Shea. O'Shea touches it, and the referee blows the whistle and calmly tells all and sundry, that's it.
Absolutely brilliant, Joe, being honest with you. Like this championship is just turning into a brilliant one. You know, Mayo came out in that second half and totally dominated the game, totally controlled midfield. Again, their forward line is bereft of confidence. You know, their shot options again were poor. They didn't take their chances. Then Conor Loftus comes off the bench and you think, you know, they've fallen over the line, they can regroup, they have it. And Derry go up and like, for years, what have Mayo suffered under? The high ball coming into the full back line, back of the net. You know, when you look at the two teams, that, you know, the half forward line, you know, Ryan Bell has gone off, Enda Lynn has gone off. Derry have lost their shape to a certain degree. They were hanging on in there. Mark Lynch had a chance, or James Keelt had a chance here maybe to nick it. But you still have to think, like, Mayo, they control the game. Like, many times that they hit the post in that half, you know, they just couldn't find anything until Conor Loftus rattled the net.
I don't know what's going to happen in extra time here, Des, but if Mayo do get out by the skin of their teeth, I think the fans will feel relief, but there has to be an awful lot of questions asked about the Mayo attack.
Oh, there'll be an awful lot of questions, and in fairness to the Mayo supporters, they were willing their team on so much, you could sense it, but there was so many opportunities that were missed by the Mayo team. So, like, I suppose uncharacteristic. They're good players that created lots of opportunity, and they kept on missing and missing. But you would have to give Derry an awful lot of credit. While at the minute it looks like they're out on the feet, they put in a massive performance. Some of the scores from Ryan Bell was incredible. Mark Lynch is a player I know very well over the years, a great footballer, and I suppose he's the experience to know how staying around the square. It fell for him lovely, and a great score, but the excitement is incredible here.
It's funny, the Mayo crowd were fair. They were on the team's back, you know, after 50 minutes.
Yep.
There was a fair bit of, we're in a great position here. There was a fair bit of abuse coming at them, but they got that goal.
Okay, just a few minutes before.
Lovely evening here in Castlebar, but that's Paddy Durkin, who got a very, very valuable point just before the Conor Loftus goal. Played on here, inspired towards McLaughlin again. This is another promising attack. Jason Doherty going down. Then it's Killian O'Connor, and that one has gone badly, badly wrong for him.
Absolutely glary.
Anybody who was taken off earlier on can come back on. That's part of the rule and regulation. Killian O'Connor gets his. McKinless again trying to sum up his options, and again it's an awful kick, and there's an opportunity maybe to punish that, and it's punished emphatically. Brilliantly done. Jason Doherty gets a second past Ben McKinless.
It's a cruel blow for Derry. They're out on their feet at the minute. Another one of those short kickouts that I've been talking about. Ben McKinless has had a great day at shot stopping, but he has had a few errors as well, and unfortunately I think this game is out of Derry's reach at the minute.
It's beginning to slip away, definitely, as Jason Doherty coolly took his 6th ever championship goal. Aidan O'Shea now following that, as the goalkeeper gets back on his line once more, facing more peril. Seamus O'Shea. Back in here as far as David Drake. Onto Doherty. Suddenly he's become very much alive. Inside to Keegan. Cillian O'Connor puts it over the bar. His first loose player outside him. Final kick looks a good one. Very good score indeed. That's one back at least, and it's been Mark Lynch who got this one as well. Yeah. Delivered into Carlos McWilliams. McWilliams with probing ball in here. There looked to be contact there. That's a penalty. Needlessly given away. Puzzled look on the face of the defenders, but there's no question in the referee's mind, and Maurice Deegan gives this foul here, which you can see again. It was Chris Barrett who was all over the attacker.
Yeah.
And he gets a yellow card as well.
Yeah, Joe, it's a definite penalty. Maybe the eulogy that I was writing there for Derry was a wee bit premature. Big kick here for James Keith. It's been a day of misses, of post-hitting, of brilliant stops. So let's just see what happens now.
It's not over by any means. David Clark facing James Keelt of Derry. Derry need it. Oh, he stopped it! Nothing going right for Derry at this stage. David Clark, much to the acclaim of the fans here, got to the right side, judged it perfectly. Keelt stepping up to hit this. Keeper took off, made a good stop.
Yeah, great save by David Clark. We are seeing some brilliant goalkeeping here from the start. He's a forward that anybody would pay in to watch and to watch the play.
Well, I'm sure that's a question that most definitely will be asked. The official been told to make way, the Moir Forna. Free kick will be to Mayo. Referee showing up 8 fingers. Looking for number 8 or number 7. And number 7 is Paddy Durkin. So come into my office, he's told. And he's got a red card. Paddy Durkin given a red. Referee didn't see it, the linesman did. He's now got to face a team with 14 men. It's still 215 to 113. Derry with 15, Mayo 14.
I haven't seen what he did yet, but obviously no reason to get involved in the situation Mayo are in at the minute, and a free kick. There's no real need for Paddy to do something, but we haven't seen what he did, so we'll reserve judgment there, Ger.
It's a chance for a 10th point for Cillian O'Connor. Missed a goal opportunity a few moments ago through a very good piece of goalkeeping. 10.
What was not a comfortable win.
Diarmuid O'Connor kicking it in diagonally towards Cillian, his brother. Cillian feeds it back to Doherty, and Jason Doherty hopes to plant this one between the uprights and succeeds in that. Cillian O'Connor to add to his own impressive tally. He's got 11 tonight. Until they managed to get that goal by Conor Loftus, this game could have gone anyway, really. They were 2 points adrift when Paddy Durkin stepped up to put the ball over the bar. He's now been red carded, as we know. This is David Drake back here as far as Danny Kirby. Into Aidan O'Shea, back out to his brother Shamie O'Shea. They could finish it off here. Another point easily taken, and another one for Cillian O'Connor, who's got 12. So let's now have a chat about the man of the match with about a few minutes still to go.
Well, in such a Jekyll and Hyde game, Ger, any one of the 2 goalkeepers could have won it. Brendan Rodgers from Derry, Ryan Bell and Niall Keenan and Benny Hearn put in massive shifts. From a Mayo perspective, it's so much harder to pick a player. So for that reason, I'm going to go for the person who's made the most impact since he came on and scored what was a life-changing goal and a season-changing goal for Mayo, and that's Conor Loftus. Anything he's done and touched, he's only had about 4 touches, but they've been absolutely immaculate.
Congratulations to Conor. He's Benny Tierney's man of the match here in this qualifier in Castlebar. That long raking ball beats everybody, and there he is. Colin Boyle can carry it on. He's got reinforcements. He's got Diarmuid O'Connor, held back momentarily, but now able to kick it smoothly and very, very fluently over that crossbar. Diarmuid O'Connor gets his only point of the match, but then he didn't start. It's 2:21 to 1:13. It's all finished very, very horribly for Derry, but wonderfully comfortably for Mayo.
And how easy the skills of the game are whenever you're not under any pressure. Great point by Diarmuid O'Connor, but you have to question their shooting stats in the first 70.
The match, some impact made by Mayo substitute today. Here's John Kenny.
Yeah, Conor Loftus is with me. Some impact is what we're saying from the studio, but for long stretches there, Derry really put it up to you, didn't they?
Yeah, no, Derry are a good side. Like, you know, they're always going to come down here and give us everything they had. Like, and that's exactly what they did. Like, you know, you're never going to break down a team like that very easily. Like, they're very strong.
Yeah. What was the message at the end of the game, normal time to you? Did you think you had it at that stage?
No, not at all. Like, it was just all about pushing on, trying to get that first score, and then after you get that one, just keep trying to build on it. Like, you know. We knew that, like, if that penalty had gone in, you know, it could have been a different game altogether as well in the last 15. Like, so we knew they were going to keep coming and coming. So it was just about getting the next score and keep adding to it.
Sure. Nice to get a goal. Nice finish.
Yeah, nice to come on and just make an impact. Like, we talk about fitting in when you come on and just trying to make plays. So it was good to get it now.
Okay, well, you were the AIB man of the match, and Sean Dean from AIB makes the presentation to Conor Loftus. Well done, Conor. Back to you, Joe.
On man of the match there, but lads, let's take a brief look at Mayo going forward. It was something that you mentioned there, Lee Keegan going off. Just before that, Paddy Durkin sent off for apparently a strike off the ball.
Strike off the ball. We didn't see it, and this is our first time seeing it. Oh yeah, listen, it looks like he raised the hand, and you just can't do that. Frustration, and he's a big.
1 goal and 13.
Very proud of the players. I mean, you saw the fatigue setting in there, and they couldn't have given any more. You know, perhaps depth caught up with us, you know, and, you know, as I said to you before, I mean, before the game, they have people that have been down this road before, so we did very well. Normal time, we could have won it, but, you know, we hung in there and we fought back, but, I mean, I think the scoreline just is a bit harsh on us, but then that's football.
Derry came here with, you know, that little bit of confidence after their first round game, so you know they had a lot to play for as well, but we were getting ourselves into those good opportunities, and you know we showed that composure though to get ourselves back into the game, get in the lead, and then obviously in extra time we kicked on and showed a lot more composure and held on to the ball even when we went man down.
Yeah, well, Mayo advanced probably deservedly, Kieran, but we'll talk about them in a moment. You felt Derry deserve a lot of credit too, though.
They do, Des. They went down, and in fairness, like it was a great atmosphere last night. Mayo supporters stuck by their team. Great game, entertainment, end-to-end stuff. But Derry deserve, you know, they do deserve credit. They sensed the vulnerability in Mayo. And particularly in the first half they went at them. They had a heroic performance at the back. Niall Keenan was brilliant, Brendan Rodgers was excellent, Carlos McWilliams was brilliant, their half-forward line, Ryan Bell was fantastic. Niall Loughlin had to track Lee Keegan all day, and he ran himself into the ground. Unfortunately, they just ran out of gas. You know, Mayo dominated the second half. They put their foot on them. Mayo, they were very poor for 65 minutes. They didn't take their opportunities, as we'd say. But Derry just didn't have anything left for extra time. They had a chance at the end. Mark Lynch could have, or James Keelt could have had a free. They had a chance to nick it, but it wasn't to be. But a gallant effort.
Tomas, one of the fellas who impressed you for Mayo was Aidan O'Shea.
Yeah, I suppose he's taken criticism, Des, for the last, I don't know how long. You know, a lot of people talk about him. For me, when you do it on the pitch, that's all you have to do. You know, he was brilliant last night, plain and simple. He worked like a dog all over the field. He caught ball at midfield. He was fouled for scores. I think every time he gets the ball and runs at teams, he's fouled. And most importantly for me, he lasted the full. He went the whole distance. He didn't disappear out of the game. You know, Conor Loftus got man of the match, but for me, this guy was head and shoulders above everybody else.
What's his best position, Tomas?
I'm not sure, Des. I mean, he did it all over the pitch. He did it at midfield.
He moved in and out last night. He finished the game in extra time in full forward, but he kind of drifted in at times and out around midfield and kept pulling players all over the place. He was brilliant. Absolutely.
You'd allow him to take selfies halfway during the match if he was playing like this every night, Des. But it's you know, one thing with Mayo, a lot of people will say, look, they're in trouble in their back line. They were opened up last night. They're after losing Durkin, probably Keegan maybe, and they're missing scores. But on the positive side, Des, you know, their goalie was excellent last night. Their half-backs are still rampaging. Their midfield were really, really in charge last night. And then you have the likes of Aidan O'Shea, who's popping his head up again. So everything isn't bleak. They're not gone away. Give them... This game was about getting over. I don't think, and we'll see it in a second, if you don't score, you're not going to win in All-Ireland. And that's why I think that Mayo won't win in All-Ireland.
All right, we'll see that in a moment. But you're making the point about how they've experimented with different sweepers, Kieran.
Yeah, they've tried different sweepers. They tried Kevin McLaughlin last year. They tried Keith Higgins. But I think they're getting caught. Like, you take Cian O'Sullivan, very smart player. He controls the defence and he pushes guys onto runners. They were opened up last night. You can see here they're backing off and they're given a chance. There's Benny Heron, great score. Colin Boyle sat in that pocket a lot last night, and again, it's creating the overlap out the pitch, and it's letting Derry get shots off easily. The next clip is a perfect example. Ball out to end the lane. Colin Boyle's marker. He's in space. Easy kick out. Takes it down the wing. No pressure. Nothing. He's in an attacking position. Colin Boyle again is back in there, trying to drift back to protect their full back line. A diagonal ball, which will always take the sweeper out of the equation. And a possible goal chance, possibly they could have ended up in the back of the net. Same against Galway. Keith Higgins was playing that role. Johnny Heaney was marking him, and again, ball popped over the top. And here's Higgins. He's 20 yards off him. He's too late coming out. So for me, they're drifting back. They're trying to protect their full back line, which has its own weaknesses. But they're not communicating and they're not pushing guys on. And there's overlaps coming, and teams are clipping easy scores against them. I thought last night they should have. They pushed because they tried to push Derry high up the pitch.
Go back to conventional,
yeah, they should have last night. Yeah. Or else if they're going to do it, have a little bit more structure to it and make sure that the key runners are covered. Like Cian O'Sullivan is very good at doing that, pointing out the guys where they should be positioned when the opposition is attacking.
Tomas, you made the point that they have to score better. You're going to illustrate.
Yeah, well, I think
a contrast, I suppose, that they're shooting, really, wasn't it?
For me, the amount, this, I suppose, is in the... This is Conor Loftus's goal, and this is Mayo doing what they can possibly do, but they don't do hardly ever. You know, this is a long ball in. You see, Mayo does their accolades for the last few years. They're rated as the top 3 team in the country.
Well, deservedly.
They're playing with a lot of pressure on
them. They are. And for me, in the second half, they dominated so much. They had so many possessions. They had 9 wides. They went 18 minutes without a score. You know, you compare that to Kerry, who were a top 3 team as well. Kerry had 17 shots today before they missed. Now, some of these shots, I mean, Cillian O'Connor is our top man all the time. Cillian kicked 12 points, but also had 8 misses yesterday. And to be fair, they did create them, and that's the positive from a Mayo side. They actually did create the chances, but too many misses altogether. And I don't know how you are going to actually rectify that.
Like their forwards were very, very poor for the first 6 to 5 minutes. Conor Loftus gave them that little...
They're shocking in the first half.
Bit of lift. Yeah. But what I would give them credit for, Des, is that they don't lack endeavour, and their big players stood up.
Yeah. This is where in the second half, where they dominated midfield, where they missed scoring chances. And to be fair, there's 4 of them. The 4 on the right-hand side of the post are very scoreable shots.
16 shots, 1 score was the stat in a 27-minute period.
A third of what they missed last night, they'd have been out the gap.
But they might do that the next day, in fairness.
They're creating the chances, Des. That is the positive. Yeah. They're just playing with a lack of confidence and a weight of expectation, and you could sense that for 50 minutes last night. And when Conor Loftus got the goal, the tension went out to them, but Derry were gone out in their field at that stage. A better team could have caught them last night.
Okay, exactly. And a couple of talking points. Durkin, they won't have Durkin for next Saturday's game.
No, I think that was black and white. I think.
Yeah, they won't have Durkin. You know, unfortunately, he gets in a tangle with Chrissy McCaig. I don't have the drafted rule in front of me, Des, but I know from experience when you do that, you get a month's ban.
Yeah.
So you know, you can't raise the fist.
To be fair to Durkin, you can see it highlighted here. Durkin was trying to follow his own man. He's eyeing up his man here.
Chrissy McCaig
and he tries. Chrissy McCaig grabbed a hold of him, and Durkin was trying to get away from him. And to be fair, he kept on grappling and then threw a belt.
You can't do that.
And to be fair, Chrissy McCaig is just as wrong as Durkin is there, except, well, there's no debating.
This is another concern, Des. This was right under us last night, and Lee Keegan was wincing after this. He was down for a good while. He hobbled off. He began to walk a bit freer as he got off. But that is a concern with Durkin missing. Like Keegan was back to Keegan was back to his best last night. They put him back at wing back, and they gave him the licence to attack. You know, against Galway, he was pinned back and Shane Walsh.
All right, well, that's about it. Just to remind you that we have to draw 8:30 tomorrow morning, Ireland. Mayo, Donegal, Meath and Clare. They'll both play 2 matches against each other next weekend. My thanks to Tomas and Kieran for their company, and to you for watching. We'll be back with another hectic programme